are excited again. We're always excited. I feel like every time we
We're very excited. We like each other. We like what we do. So this is exciting.
Yes.
And we have a topic today that we don't know where it's gonna go, but we are ready to tackle it. What's the topic, you ask?
She's very talented.
The woman has so
She's a talented woman, okay? In so many
ways. You just do what you want to do with that. So, but we're talking about ride or die chick.
Being a ride or die chick.
Ride or die.
Yes.
Is that DMX?
Hey.
And then she did her DMX voice, y'all.
I like it. I was over here, group. Listen. We are talking about ride or die chicks. Everybody's talked about them. You've talked about them with your friends. DMX was talking about them. Usher's even talked about them. Usher, come on, Usher, we want you to have somebody different than right now. But as Brittany was saying, we don't know how this is gonna go because generally we pre-discuss our topics. Today we did not on purpose.
On purpose. Yes, we just kind of want to see where it goes. We want to get some real, authentic, unscripted comments about the topic. So, let's dive in. Ride or die chick. What is your definition of a ride or die chick?
Right. So, to me, a ride or die chick is somebody who is willing to go the distance for their guy or gal. No holds bar. There are absolutely no ends to what they'll do for the person that they're in a relationship with. Sorry. What do you think?
I would say I have a similar definition. I would say somebody who has decided that this is my person, and by any means necessary, regardless of what happens, this is it for me. And whatever that means, whatever comes in between, this is where I am. I'm here to stay for the long run.
For the long run, yes.
However long or short that run may be. Because
correct.
What I'm hearing, ride or die, we ride and we roll and we together. But if things end up badly, I'm with you. No matter what, no matter where we go. Ride or die is consistent, it's constant. It may not be always stable, but no matter where we go, that ride, I'm riding it with you.
Right. And I'm dying with you.
If death is on the door, then we hold hands. So it sounds like we're taking the concept really literally. Yeah. But I mean, I think that what we're all agreeing is that this is somebody who has decided that I am with you no matter what comes, nothing can separate us.
Yes. Have any of you ever been a ride or die chick? Now wait before you answer.
Give it to us. Come on.
Be honest.
Yes.
And I ask this because have you ever been sitting with yourself and said, self, I saw that throwback picture on Facebook when I was a teenager. Self, what were you thinking? I'm happy you ain't like that no more, but you really wasn't that bad. I mean, you did what you had to do, self. But what was that? But it's okay. And you kind of made yourself believe that you weren't a ride or die chick for somebody, or that you weren't a little crazy, or that you weren't wild, or that you weren't whatever. We gonna be honest today.
Yeah.
And I say that to myself. So we're gonna be honest today.
We're gonna be honest because our people, our gather gang,
hashtag gather gang,
hashtag gather gang, yay.
You deserve, all of us deserve honesty. So we're gonna be honest. Have we ever been ride or die? Oh wow. Really? That's heavy. I'm thinking for real. So y'all, that whole or die part is the thing that trips me up every time.
Yeah.
Do I think I'm a rider? For sure. I think that I'm a rider for true, for show. If there's a cause that I'm behind, I'm there. So if it is somebody that I am choosing to invest my time and my energy, and I'm there, and I'm very consistent. I like to think that I am very loyal, and so the rider part for sure. I cannot, at least think of right now, a situation where I have just blindly followed someone down a path and I didn't know what was going to happen. I try to use what common sense I have at the time, because even if like a situation, we're confronted with a situation, then I will kind of be that person and say, well, let's think about this thing. What else can we do? How can we think about it? So rider for sure. Dying and just kind of following you blindly down death's corridor, I can't say with confidence right now that I've done that part, because I try to be wise for the both of us. So if one of us is being irrational, the other needs to kind of be balanced. So I try to do that. That's my safe answer right now, I think. What you think?
Damn it, I've been a ride or die chick, okay?
All right, ain't nobody judging you. I've been judging my friend out there.
We're family.
Okay.
We with you now.
It's all right.
So, I know that originally we kind of expressed the definition of ride or die as like literal terms, but when I think back to my experience with riding and or dying,
correct,
it was more of I'm willing to take livelihood and life from myself for you. So not necessarily dying like I'm gonna pass away, but you know, perfect example, I was in college broke. You know what that is.
I do.
Ramen every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I had a boyfriend who was in jail. And for some way, shape, or form, I found money to put on his books. And I didn't have books for the semester, okay? So I wasn't like...
Perfect.
You laughing at me?
No, it's just, I like how you link that in, friend. You know I ain't never laughing at you. We laugh with only.
Okay. But I made a way to put money on his books, to accept his calls, which were costly. And I was sharing books with friends in courses. I cannot understand why I did that. I drove several hours just to visit him in jail. And you know how it is to visit somebody in jail. That in itself is an experience. But I was willing to do a lot for that person. One night I was away at college, hours away from home, and a friend called me and said, girl, your boyfriend having a party and his ex is here. And so I knocked on my roommate's door and I said, hey girl, I know it's 11 p.m. at night, but you want to drive to Atlanta with me so we can go see if my boyfriend trying to cheat on me with his ex? And we got on the road and her car caught a flat and we were out at 2 a.m. in the morning trying to change a flat on the side of the road because I was trying to drive hours because I was riding or he was gonna die. So it's like,
well, put it that way. I'm sorry.
What could I do?
What could you do?
I feel like I've been that chick.
Oh, but now that you put it that way, you're making me reconsider some things.
You want to add something?
Well, I like though, seriously, how you said maybe it's not literal death, but it is the sacrifice of oneself for the other, and it's not reciprocated.
Yeah.
I think that if we're feeding each other, then that is maybe survival. Like we're taking care of each other. So I'm thriving, you're thriving, and maybe I'm depleted here, you are replenishing me here. So I'm not dying because I'm constantly being filled up. But if I am constantly being depleted and drained and nothing is filling me up, then at some point there's a part of me that's going to die.
Yeah.
Because it cannot live nor survive nor thrive off of nothing. So have I been in those situations where I have been depleted and I was not taken care of? Absolutely. Absolutely. I can think of many right now, but we don't have the time. But in that regard, then absolutely I have experienced being depleted and not taken care of in the way that I was trying to take care of the other person. So in that regard, yes, I have been a rider and I've probably been close to death because people weren't taking care of me.
It's all right. Southern Belle, have you been a Southern rider or a dyer?
So when you're a Southern rider, are you in like a carriage? Are you in?
It's a horse and buggy.
Are you in a horse and buggy?
Got it.
Okay, cool.
And a ride or die, full-fledged like horse and buggy.
Okay,
I love it.
and that's a long journey.
It's a very long
'Cause
journey. Imagine being on the highway in a horse and buggy.
But you was riding. That's the definition of a rider right
That
there.
is.
Oh,
That
okay.
is.
All right. So
had to, in my own head, make a distinction between a committed significant other and a ride or die chick. Because I think I have been in a situation where I have been committed. So just because somebody isn't perfect, somebody makes mistakes, somebody is worthy of second, third, or more chances, I've done that. So committedness. So I think in any relationship, you don't want to just throw in the towel just because somebody needs a little more, just because it gets rough. There are rough patches. And so if you're going to say, I'm committed to this, then you have to put action behind your words and mean what you say. So I'm not going to just throw a person away just because they make mistakes or they're not perfect, because neither am I. But when it comes to, I think, ride or die, that means forever. I will continue regardless of how I'm feeling, regardless of how long it lasts. And so in that definition, I am not a ride or die chick, because it is a death in some of my own happiness, of my own well-being. And so if I'm not taking care of me, like, who is? Like, I am, you don't get do-overs in this life.
You don't.
You don't get to come back and do it right, at least not that I'm aware of. So the time I have, let me try and put me first, since nobody is going to do that for me. So I am not, thankfully, a ride or die chick, but for those who might be having trouble trying to figure out, am I a ride or die chick, or am I just a person who is supportive and committed to my mates? Right. There is a difference, and so it's important for you to know and be aware of that difference.
Absolutely. And I also think that the term ride or die has been evolving lately. I think that ride or die now, people are actually, like you said, making it more like a commitment thing. Before, it was like a blindly doing whatever for whatever forever, you know. But now it's moving towards the commitment, and I appreciate the distinction. I think the distinction is important, because I just don't know about that dying part.
You know, I don't want to have to die to show my allegiance. You know, I don't want to have to sacrifice it all just so that you know that I'm committed. Like we were all kind of saying, it's not, can I feed you and you feed me? Does somebody have to starve to death in order to show that I am committed to you?
Right.
I think that we can take care of each other. So if I put you first, you put me first, then we're both first. But if I put you first and you put you first, then there's no room for me. And then in that regard, then I'm taking the back seat, or I am dying, or I am being starved, or I'm being depleted, whatever. I don't think that has to be the indication of commitment.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that the term ride or die has a little bit of a negative connotation, and the terms, on the other hand, devotion, commitment, that has a little bit more of a positive connotation, personally. So I think that in 2020, we are redefining ride or die. I think it's perfectly fine to be committed and devoted, but I think that is a two-way street.
For sure.
Okay.
Don't put somebody first. They put themselves first. You last.
Ricky Bobby said, if you're not first, you're last.
Woo.
Okay.
And Ricky Bobby, come on.
Jonathan Nice. He said, if you're not first, you're last. Can we both be first? In my eyes, you are first. In your eyes, I am first. We're taking care of each other. And in that regard, we are both riding for each other. We are both devoted. So can we change? Can we do ride and devoted as opposed to ride and die? Can we change that up?
Ride and devoted, I like that.
Can we do that?
I like
we are devoted and committed, but to the cause of us both being taken care of, as opposed to somebody having to completely deplete themselves just so that you can feel okay or feel secure.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to share about this ride or die topic? I think y'all handled it.
You know, I'm proud of us.
I am proud
because
too.
we were a little nervous. If you all had seen before we started rolling, we said, "Oh, girl, what's about to happen?"
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna grab that cocktail that Janelle made. She made a really beautiful cocktail.
It's called a Tiki lemonade.
She did.
And I will put, the description, the directions.
Y'all, cause y'all gonna own it. It's real good. But I was gonna swap out this water for that drink because I wasn't sure where we were going. But I think we did good.
Yeah. And I also think we all have kind of been able to look back on our lives and identify what we were in that moment, what we want to be now, or maybe in the future, and kind of switch the way that it was received at that time. So I think that probably also helped with this.
thinking. Do your own soul searching. What is your definition of ride or die? Do you want to be a ride or die? Do you prefer to be a rider and a devoted mate and committed partner? Is there a distinction in your world? So we're interested, as always, we're interested in knowing like what you think. What's your take on it? So please feel free to comment. We encourage you and invite you to comment and share with us your thoughts on this topic. And if there's a similar topic that you'd like us to discuss, let us know that too, because we want to make sure that we are tailoring these gathering events and experiences to what you need the most.
Yeah, and I think that we have a lot of examples as well of riding and or dying, especially in pop culture. I mean, we have our friend, I'm not gonna say her name, but this man, Mr. Frost, just continues to do whatever he wants to do, and she is just riding until those wheels fall off. You better ride.
If you like it, I love it.
Ride.
On the carriage, the horse and buggy, or in a convertible.
Hey, if that top drop, I mean, hey, don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
However you ride,
Jump in where the roof goes. You know? What I need a roof for. With the sky. Sorry, it took me there. Okay, so it was great to gather with you guys today around this topic. Please, again, share with us what your thoughts are. If this is an unpopular opinion for some, or if you are right there with us, just let us know. We'd like to know what you think and how you feel about this topic. Until next time, we look forward to gathering with you again.
Bye.
See you guys later. Bye.